And so we just want to encourage, people watching, if you have questions or you have any concerns, or you have a comment or something on some of the we're talking about today, please feel free to call in. It is a live call-in show.
And the number's right there, 312-738-1060.
And so,
I guess a big term that we can get into this has so much controversy around it is fetus. So, according to dictionary.com, the definition of a fetus is, well, in regards to humans, is after the second month of gestation or up until birth.
And so I was just pointing out to Demelia earlier that I don't know why, like, since I got Netflix or whatever, I catch up on these old shows. And I was telling her that, I was watching Grey's Anatomy, and that I noticed that they refer, when a woman is pregnant, they refer to what's inside her, a fetus, until it actually is outside of the womb.
And it is a baby.
And then they use the term baby. But as long as it's inside the womb, they refer to it as a fetus.
Yeah, and the reason we wanted to address that definition, and when I mentioned there's so much controversy around it, is because obviously with the work that we do, we get called so many ridiculous names. One of them being baby, which is ridiculous. I don't even like saying it, but that's what they call us. But so that's why I think it was really important for us to address the issue of what exactly a fetus is.
Exactly. And not only that, when we did analyzing the anti-choice / pro-life language, one of the terms that they use is infanticide. And infanticide means to kill a living infant. They refer to abortion as infanticide, and that's just crazy. That is a really false, untrue statement.
It is, but that's another reason why I love the show that we have so much, is because we can provide people with that avenue of getting accurate information. We're no medical experts or anything of that sort, but the fact that we're out doing a lot of advocacy work and we're exposed to a lot of different aspects surrounding reproductive health and different terminology, so we are able to provide people with medically accurate information. And so when we are out doing different advocacy projects, and we get a lot of ignorant people who just don't know, they just go off what they hear, and it's like you can't really fault them to a degree.
Exactly.
Because they really don't know. So they were misinformed. So the purpose of our show is not only to give you guys updates on what we're doing as a leadership group, but to also inform you.
And educate.
Exactly.
So I want to get into the definition of viability, because when we're out there and we're counter protesting these anti-choice people, they're always saying like your abortion is killing a living viable life. I was going through the things, and I was like, I want to give the definition of viability. And so viability is the gestational age, which means developing age, at which a prematurely born fetus has a 50% chance of survival outside of the womb, which is around 24 to 26 weeks. And again, as we stated earlier, that in Illinois, you can't receive a legal abortion past 23 and a half weeks. And it also stated that a natal what's the term, a natal neologist, I think is the correct term.
Neonatal neologist.
Yeah, neonatal neologist, that they would not try to save a fetus or a prematurely born fetus born at 23 weeks. It would have to be 24 weeks and above to even have a chance of surviving. And so, for you to say that, you're killing a living viable life, you don't have your facts straight. You just don't have your facts.
You're inaccurate. So while we're talking about viability, I wanted to get into and distinguish between first, second, and late or third trimester pregnancy. So first trimester is weeks, the weeks of 1 to 12 of pregnancy. That's the first trimester. Then you move into the second trimester, which is weeks 13 through 27. Or 26, depending on where you read it at, pregnancy. And then 28 weeks and beyond up to delivery, which is about 42 weeks, is your late trimester or third trimester. And so the purpose of that is when we're talking about abortion and our particular fund, we assist women financially who are in their second trimester and later. And so that would be 13 weeks and beyond. Well, in Illinois, 13 weeks to 23 and a half weeks. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
And so, again, if you know someone who might need funding or just might need some information about the leadership group or the pink card or any reproductive health services, you can use us as a resource. And you can call our number at 312-660-338 or hit us up on our email at chicagoabortionfund.com or info@chicagoabortionfund.com. And so, to me, I wanted you to give the, I was ready for you to give the definition of feminism.
I can dig right into that. So, I was actually having a conversation with Nicole earlier today because I was like, oh my God, I can't think of this author. You know, she's just amazing feminist and talks about hip hop feminism. And I want her definition. She gives the perfect definition of feminism. And I couldn't think of her name for nothing. But of course, it's Bell Hooks. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, but the definition that she gives, which is my favorite, of feminism is a movement to end sexism, sexist exploitation, and oppression.
Simple and short.
And sweet and straight to the point. I love it.
Looks like we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Ladies, people need to do their own research and find out whether or not abortion is for them and not let other people decide for them.
Thank you, caller. You actually raised a good point. That is true, that a person that is considering that option should do research and find out if that is the best option and choice for them. And you know, with that being said, I just want to state that we also have women in our leadership group that have came to the organization for funding but decided to carry their pregnancy to terms. And so I just wanted to say that to bring about again that we're an organization that's about choice, and you know, we're not just pro-abortion. We're going to support you whatever it is you decide, and we're just here to give you the straight out facts that you need about whatever it is that you decide, whether that be terminating your pregnancy or carrying your pregnancy,
or maybe adoption,
or even adoption. And so, you know, it's almost up. You know, but I just wanted to talk about feminism and black women in the feminist movement real quick. And I just want to say that the feminist movement has been around for a very long time, but black women never really got their shine in the feminist movement until the term of reproductive justice was coined in 1994. And then that's when they really started to include black women in these discussions about our bodies, when we have always been trying to exercise our reproductive freedom and rights since the beginning of time. You can go all the way back to slavery and you'll find information on black women who have fought the good fight to control their reproductive freedom and choice. But it looks like we're out of time for the day, and so I just want to Flush over more time.
So again, if you have any questions about some of the terms we went over, or questions about us as an organization or us as a leadership group, again, we are the Chicago Abortion Fund. Our hotline number is 312-663-0338. Our website is chicagooabortionfund.com. You can also email us at info@chicagooabortionfund.com.
And so thank you, and we hope you tune in again next month at the last Wednesday of the month.
And be safe and get educated.
Good night.
Good night.